Hello, today I will present D4CR, a data analysis and report generation application fully based on Wolfram technology. Because data analysis is so fundamental for supporting decision-making processes, we have created and we carefully customized D4CR to analyze our customers' data and to generate meaningful reports such that standardized information become always available to key decision makers without the need of a team of analysts in their organization. Let's explore D4CR. What you will see here is a demo version of D4CR created to show how different types of analysis can be performed on a single instance of D4CR, pointing to different data sources. Okay, so let's get started. So if we type here ECommerce Analysis, which is one of the types of analysis that has been set, we will see how the system generates a standardized report. This report contains sales, cumulative sales by countries per product line, and also a map showing where the sales have occurred with colors pointing or somehow associated to the amounts sold. Also, we have here the data of the pivot analysis made under this analysis. That's only one standardized report. We are going to go through many and many more details. If we also go to another report, for example, printing product sales timeline, we will see similar analysis, this one only pointing here to the somehow stack bar chart showing the sales by country by different dates. So far we have seen two different analyses pointing to two different data sets. See, also it is important to say that this system provides like a flavor of, first of all, of the data that has been used for the analysis. Here is what was selected by default, like the bar chart, and we have a map of where the sales occurred. And then we have like the pivot analysis pointing or showing, displaying like sales per date and country. And we also have like a combination of the three displays that we showed before. This is just one potential way of using or creating a report. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, here we'll go to a favorite that was previously set, and we are pointing now to a different data set, and we will see the schools in Puerto Rico where the enrollment or total students in each school is less than 100, and the results are going to be displayed by town. So here you have a map of showing the towns where those schools are, and some information on the exact locations where the schools are. Another example we could show here, I mean, we can go to a menu here. Actually, all of the reports can also be selected in that menu. So here you have a similar analysis, or this one is based on another data set, and of course you have a different analysis. This is different information. Here we have like different products that are sold together and associated with their frequency. For example, a short Bermuda and a top t-shirt, and that happens 126 times on the data set that was analyzed. And here we can have some sort of correlated information here. So that was just a quick introduction. Let's just go to the details of this analysis, for example. Um, so first of all, as we said before, we have the different types of components of the report, right? We have the data, we have predictions, which we will see shortly. We have these stack bars, we have a map, we have the output data, and we have the combined report. Now, it's important to say that we can also use natural language processing to ask specific questions here. So the standard reports, but you can also come here and, for example, select this example, which created a particular setup for us. And in this particular setup, as you can see, there has been a particular request, right? So we want the sales for the top 2 product names from this date to this another date, right? So we can change, just to let you see, we can change the date here to another month, and we will see the system creating the report for us or updating the report for us. In the same way, we can, go and take another example. For example, this example where we are particularly pre-selecting the countries where we want the analysis performed, and we want the analysis in this case made for the last 6 months. So once we have done that, it's important to say that you have the capability of exporting your report in different formats. Just as an example, if you report a PNG of what we are just showing here, this is a PNG which you could use for whatever purpose you have in mind. And also you can here export an Excel file with the information for the pivot analysis details. So, so there you have the capability of exporting your analysis. It is also possible that some people want to go into more details, and for that, we have this left pane here with many options for advanced users to go and make changes. Just as an example here, we can go to the quantity order here to make a filter on the quantity order. And let's say that we want the quantity order to be less than or equal to 30. We do that and we update the report, and there we have the results. And of course, I didn't show, the target is up here. We could also change the target and what's the summarizing function. There are so many things that you can change. And something else you could do is, besides the filters, is that the filters on whatever variable you want in that data set. You can modify the filter on the dates. You have calendars here with whatever date you select, the big dates, and make whatever selection you want. And then you can also use the pivot chart controls, and then let's say that you want to see a date plot, date line plot of your results, then you get this. It's fairly detailed, maybe, and if it's too complicated, something we could do is just, for example, let's remove the country and then have a more beautiful output here. So as you can see, there are many things that you can do in this left pane to modify your setup to get whatever analysis you have in mind. And always, whenever you are doing this, all of the components of the analysis are being created for you. Okay, in the Foresee can also make predictions. And for example, in the e-commerce analysis example, we have created ways to do predictions. And what we will have to do here is, first of all, take into account that there's a time period control that will be used for the predictions, and also a filter for the dates. We can just set up the system for making the predictions. We select a method. Let's method for creating the model using the function predict of the Wolfram language. Let's select random forest, and the performance, let's go to highest possible quality. And all we have to do is to click on create. The model will be created for us. Once the model is created, we could take a look at the details of the model, but let's leave that for the next time. And let's just go and score the data. Okay, so we're creating the predictions now, and let's expand our dates a little bit further, such that the date filter allows us to see the predictions. And now, when we analyze again, we will see the predicted values for 2 months, the time periods as we wanted, for the product lines that, or the categorical variable, in this case, product line that we had selected. And same as with any other analysis, we could go and here, for example, make a line chart or a date list plot of the analysis. And D4CR can also be used for other things than customizing it for your analysis. It can also be used as a way to portray things that you've done in the past. And for example, here, we have set up some of the examples on the Wolfram demonstrations project, just to show you that you could, for example, bring your own demonstrations, or just for whatever, for fun, or whatever you want to do it. But several of your, let's say, you want to take a look at the food, and just, those are demonstrations on the Wolfram demonstration side. That's not our work, but we are just demonstrating that whatever work you've done that could be, say, using dynamic model, or so, a way that it is self-contained, we could bring it here. More important than that is that you can also analyze your data. So we have ways to explore your data set. So you just type explore data set. You either select a table from a database or an Excel file or some other format data. Let's, in this case, pick this example data set. What we do on spreadsheet files, that we import the sheets, we then select the one that we want to take a look at. The data has been imported, and you have some information here telling you which are the column names that were imported, whether there's a date column, in this case pregnancy date, which are the numeric columns, and the categorical columns, so those that can be used for creating group analysis. And once you import your data, you can go ahead and go and analyze. It's going to be really a simple analysis because the default setup is simple. But the idea is that a target response has been selected for you, a target summarizing function has been set up for you. And then all you have to do is, for example, to define some filters. Um, you can, for example, filter on this variable to be born alive is whether the animal was born alive on this data set. We want for it to be, for example, greater than 0, and then analyze again. Basically, it's going to provide you the same information because of how the data was created. And then we could go and, for example, create a filter on the pregnancy date, and we may want to, for it to be after, for example, the 1st of January 2000s, and once you have set up that filter, you could also, for example, create a plot of line plot of dates, and there you will have a simple display of the births, animal births in this data set, and just to make the analysis more interesting, you can group by, let's say, by colony, and then in this colony, select which colonies you want to be displaying on the analysis. There you go. We have this. Take into account that this is a data set, I know, but don't forget that this could be done with any data set. I mean, this is not something that we had prepared beforehand. It's just any data set, as long as it has meaningful data and it is structured as a rectangular array with headers, we can just bring it in and do some analysis with it. So, and of course, once the analysis is done, you can do all the exporting and of the output, and you have several types of output, and everything has been set up there for you. So, in conclusion, what we have demonstrated is that D4CR is a data analysis and report generation system created using the Wolfram language to take advantage of the Wolfram language extensive library of functions for analytics, prediction models, image processing, and symbolic processing. It is provided as a standalone applications, so users don't actually need to have Mathematica. That's something we could talk later on. We carefully customize D4CR to analyze customers' data and generate customized reports. So the main features is that this is a multi-platform application, Windows, Mac, and Linux, because it's based on the natural language, on the Wolfram language. It also provides natural language processing. You can set favorites. I didn't demonstrate that quite well, but you can set your favorites. You can export PNG, Excel, and you can do pivot analysis and categorical data analysis. You can import data from spreadsheets, databases, or other Wolfram language reported data sets. And it's important to emphasize that D4CR is capable of handling different data sources in parallel, such that all of your analysis can be done in the same platform at the same time, and you will always have standardized analytics, predictions, and reports for you and for your organization by means of using D4CR.